Here's where I think we're headed as a society. I want to see what your thoughts are. In fact, I bloviate about this all the time. In the news a while back, what happened in Las Vegas, obviously horrible. You can relate to it. They're settling on like $800 million or something for the families. And anyways, I've watched all the security footage. It's all online of the shooter at Mandalay Bay, step by step, everything he did. And I've watched it meticulously, and I look at it and I go, this is what I feel. I look at this and go, yeah, what would you want security to do? In other words, he'd leave, he'd go to his house, but they don't know where he went. And then he'd pull up in a car. You know how big a Las Vegas casino is. It's just another person pulling up. It's not like you go, oh, there's Randy again. Nobody knows who you are. So whether I've brought in another bag, you would not know that. I don't care what anyone says. You just would be looking for suspicious activity. Okay, so anyways, I think we're headed to a society where I'm going to go to Target, I'm going to go to a bagel store, I'm going to go to a car dealership, and when you pull up, you are going to hand over your keys, everything. You're going to go through an x-ray machine, and we are going to turn into a police state because everyone is going to have to inspect everyone before they come into your business. What say you about that? Do you think we're headed that way?
I'm hoping we're not heading that way. Never thought about it like that.
Really? I think about this all the time, everywhere I go. When I go to the airport, I think this is just the beginning. I really do.
Well, remember, airport security happened after 9/11.
Yep.
But it was heightened after 9/11, and which it should have been. Hindsight's always 20/20. Like you always think, oh, it should be like those people who are watching those tapes now that you sat and watched them. Of course, the security guards are thinking, how did we miss that? And you're right. It probably was different people on different shifts. They weren't clocking that. That didn't seem. So I understand that it's easy to look back and say what we should have done. But I think this generation is more about solving the problem than getting to where you're talking about. I mean, you have a huge generation of activists, and you have a huge generation of thinkers and humanitarians who are really willing to work on why this is happening to begin with. And it's not just a gun issue. I talk about all the time, do we have a gun problem? Sure we do. We have a violence problem. I believe if you look at the studies of when there was the assault ban rifle, we were not allowed to have any of those, what the deaths were then and what they are now, numbers don't lie. I also believe even if you took away assault rifles or assault weapons of any kind and the magazines that go with them and all the bump stocks that go with them, everything that could convert a gun, right? If you could take those things away, you still have bombs. You still have people driving trucks down pedestrian streets, and you still have planes. So I think that it's not that we have become what you're describing, that we need to become that, because that won't stop some of the other stuff either. You need to fix the problem of why it's happening to begin with, and it really becomes with divide, and it comes with people's what they're carrying around, whether it be their fear or their ignorance, or whether their culture is full of violence. There's more root issues. I don't see us going to a police state. I think I see us working towards a solution so we don't have to get to that kind of.
I think you're wrong, Barbara. I think we're going to turn into a police state, because always the solution is to everything is like with Las Vegas. Oh, they should have checked his bags. There should be an X-ray machine at every hotel, and we're not going to get into this with attorney. This is what the attorneys say. Oh, you didn't have 900 security guards walking in. You didn't have an X-ray machine. You didn't have this. I think this is where every business is going to have to lead to in order to reach compliance with their insurance company. I
mean, I would hope not, and I would hate to think that humanity goes that far, but we'll see. Yeah, hopefully it's not in my lifetime.
Well, I hope not too, and I hope it is more precise, that we figure out why people have this anger and hate inside of them and why they react to that. So
I mean, I think think back when you were growing up and I was growing up, I remember if we got in a fight with somebody, went home, you wrote a nasty note or you spread a rumor, and why how did it go from that to going home to getting your parents' gun and going back and shooting up your school? When did that shift happen? And so what's changed?
What's your view on social media? You're kind of on that You didn't grow up with it, so
yeah, I didn't grow up with it.
Yeah.
I try to stay off of it as much as possible. It could be very slippery slope into a lot of emotions, and so I just. Do
you use it?
It's a necessary evil, yeah.
Yeah. Are you more of like a Facebook person and with your friends?
I have something on everything, but I don't go. Mostly, I used to get these apps because my kids were on them, so I used to have to monitor my children. Like I got Instagram because my daughter got Instagram. My son has Snapchat, and so I have Snapchat. Do I know how to use Snapchat? No, I do not. But I have them. But it's just not part of my everyday.
Yeah, and did you get a lot of weird comments and stuff over the time, or still to this day?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mean.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't read it either then. No. I hear a lot of people that have really been in the limelight, people like yourself who have gotten into, some sort of situation where they don't even read stuff.
Yeah, no.
It's just not worth it. There's so many crazy people leaving crazy comments and thoughts, and the best thing to do is just ignore it. Just pretend it doesn't exist.
Yes.
No more Roach on Florida TV.